Alright.
Sound next recording.
Yeah, we got one more. Let's try and see if we can nip this in the bud. Welcome back!
We're back for possibly the last episode.
5 years ago, I was kidnapped
Maybe.
Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a raw
Don't
diamond.
say they're gonna jinx it.
My sister Valerie brought it to the bridge. This is fine.
What's in the record?
Don't say that you're gonna jinx it.
Okay, cool. No, not yet. I was like, what's in the record? As in, like, what's in here we can use?
We have the attorney's badge, Valerie's autopsy report, Dusky Bridge map, the scarf, the witness's photo, the victim's note, the crime photo, the camera, and the diamond.
I mean, the only real evidence we have is that the note's like, the truth must come out. But we have no evidence of that.
She shot Mr. Falls in the arm. I want to hear about this. That was a dangerous thing to do, considering you were being held hostage. Yes, but actually that saved my life.
What do you mean?
You see, Mr. Falls was holding a knife in his right hand. Somehow, I just knew he was going to use it. I knew he was going to use that knife to kill me. That's why my sister shot him. It was to save me. Why would he do that? I'd like to hear more about what happened right at that moment. Well, when Mr. Falls was shot in the right arm, he let go of me. I was dazed. I turned to try and run away, but Mr. Falls turned to grab me as well. As I ran past, he and I locked eyes for a second, and he gave me a large, bloodthirsty grin.
Bloodthirsty grin?
Oh, well, I know what it is.
God, you're really quiet.
I know what it is.
Is it better?
And in the next instant... Hold on.
Words.
I advise the court to remember that the river is 18 feet deep and incredibly swift.
I was a strong swimmer, but I was knocked out. When I
It has base 60 power and it cannot miss. That shit again.
When I came to, I had been carried away by the river to a strange place. I'll never forget that day. The crumbling bridge, nowhere to run. Then just one little shove from behind. That was it.
Yeah, here's the problem.
Yeah, he had a knife.
No?
He would have just used the knife.
No, well, even then.
Before my sister could catch me, I fell into the river.
He's like, yeah, but no, that's not the issue.
What?
It's because, check the map.
The map?
Yeah, check where she would have fallen.
Oh, onto the hard bit.
She would have, the tarmac and shit.
Hold on.
So she tried to kill him by shoving him onto the river, so right there in that, the previous statement. She would have died.
Off the bridge from behind.
Yes.
Objection! It's a very loose contradiction, though. You see
No, it's just because I remember this one. I remember this particular statement being kind of hard.
Yeah, because it's very loose. You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into the Eagle River. However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. Alright. I shouldn't have said, that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible. Impossible? I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago. That bridge hasn't changed one bit in these last 5 years.
Oh, yeah, that's also the case, because you can't push him through that rope.
If someone had pushed you from behind as you had claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below. A most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible. Ah!
Objection! Your Honour, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for we know, the water level of the river may have been higher back then.
Objection! But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the water level wouldn't have made a difference.
Ah!
Whack! You're right! If the events occurred just as the witnesses testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this?
You see,
Just a moment, Your Honour. It's true the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back of the end of the bridge.
That is very true. What do you mean?
After being shot in the arm, it's possible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge, which he couldn't do.
If that's true, she would have fallen into the river.
Not possible.
Whack! Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Miss Edgeworth's explanation correct?
Now that you mention it, I do remember now when I fell off the bridge. My skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires.
Would have liked
You
to see
can't
that.
be serious.
Whack, whack, whack! Pictures or it didn't happen. Order.
It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion.
Objection! Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Miss Faye's assault.
What?
I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again, I'm forced to say that's impossible.
Ridiculous! What's so impossible about it?
Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record.
The photo.
Dusty Bridge map.
No, the other. The photo of when they met.
Oh, the current photo. No, wait, that's
No, the
the
other one.
witness photo.
Because if you look at the bridge,
Oh, there's too many wires. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be
holy
wires. You can't be pushed up the side.
Your Honour, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wires supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there. No!
Just, objection! Your Honor! Just saying, so they can have giant high suspension wires that can stop you from falling off the side of the bridge, but they can't seem to fix the bloody planks? Stupid! Anyways, but let's remember the size and the strength of the defendant. Why, so this wouldn't be a problem for him.
You've been shot in the arm!
He could have easily pulled a DK and just picked up the girl and thrown her over.
Objection! So young and already so forgetful, Mr.
Who
Edgeworth.
does it to me often?
Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm, you pillock.
Ah!
And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had a gun trained on him at point-blank range.
Ugh.
So, Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge? That is clearly impossible.
Ugh.
Whack! Order, order. What is the meaning of this?
Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into the Eagle River intentionally.
What?
Wait, what? Tigre? What's Furio Tigre doing here?
Yeah, I heard that sound effect. That was really weird.
I just going to watch the court trial proceeding.
Hey, what you are talking to me? No one is talking to you, Fury. Fuck off.
Oh.
He's just in the jury.
Oh, okay.
Indeed, what do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Wait, was that wrong?
Yes, it's... No, I said, oh, okay. Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. Oh, wait, what? No, that's Mia voice. Ah. She had her gun and her handcuffs, and she could have saved me. But jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Objection. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current, but even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Oh, then what was that? What's so important that she wanted to jump into the river?
The witness is still alive. This fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of Eagle River so that she could get a giant $2 million rock.
It's pink.
5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond.
She needs to make Minecraft armor, gold diamond armor. No, it can't be!
Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. You could just split $2 million 3 ways.
You can't split 2 million three ways. It's not physically possible.
No, well, you can. You know what I mean. You can kind of do it. I don't think anyone's going to care about like an odd 1,000 going to one other person. But like,
Well, it's not a
being,
million and a...
imagine being so greedy that you can't fucking like give people 666,000.
Well, don't forget it's 3 of you.
Yeah, so it'd be 6666. Sorry, 6
So
sixes
you'd
for
be losing
one.
out on 1,300,000.
No, you'd be missing out on £1.
Pound?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about how much you'd be missing as if you didn't keep it all for yourself.
Yeah, I'm saying if you didn't keep it all for yourself, so you split it into 3 pieces, yeah?
Yes.
So 2 split into 3 pieces, you get one that's, 6 sixes, another that's 6 sixes, and then there's one that's £1 extra. Because one
Well,
of
let's
them
say
needs to
we
be
ignore
7.
the 667. Ignore the 667 for a second.
Yeah, no. Okay, take £1. Take £1 off 2 mil. Yeah?
Yes.
You can now split that 3 ways.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's not the issue here.
How about you
Fact
just get
is, you
6.5?
have far more money, as in an entire 1.3 worth. That's why she wanted to keep it.
Yeah, I know. That's if you're losing. That's how much you're losing out. But like, imagine being that greedy.
Or just get 6.5 each and donate the rest to the charity that you set up, so it goes back to you.
If I had this rock and I had 2 mil, I would share it across the entire recording squad.
That would be nice, but either way, right now, we have an issue.
Yeah, I know. You forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping.
Oh no.
At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river,
Damn it.
with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack.
Who's used ice shotgun? Why, that's simply ridiculous!
Truth is
Whack,
stranger than
whack,
fiction.
whack! Order. Oh,
Objection! Your Honor! 5 years ago, the boy was only 14 years old! Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan?
Yes.
This woman is a demon! Whoa!
She's a
Whoa! The defense will refrain from personal attacks on the witness, holy fuck!
It's not an attack if it's the truth!
And there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne.
It's in the name.
you mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well?
But she was a detective, Dan. You're saying she participated in her sister's kidnapping?
Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder.
What do you mean by that?
On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do.
Planning to do?
She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note.
That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices to the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister Valerie Hawthorne.
Bum.
Whoa.
Whack.
Who is that laughing at a time like this?
It's Mandra, clearly.
Forgive me. It's just hilarious.
Witness? Is that you?
You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey. You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally. You have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. That at 14 I plotted it with Mr. Falls and my sister. And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't provide evidence to at least show that.
Well, Miss Faye?
I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Faye. Are you stupid or something?
Whoa, slow down, Dolly.
How can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Whack!
Did we already interrogate Terry Falls?
Nope, we have not cross-examined him.
Nope.
I guess that's what happened.
Well, we have cross-examined him about what happened. We haven't cross-examined him about this. We should cross-examine him about this.
I don't think the course examined him flat out.
No, he was the person who gave the opening statement. because Dahlia didn't initially want to testify.
Okay, that's what I'm
Gumshoe. That was Gumshoe.
I remember we
Yeah, it was Gumshoe. Why would
Okay, so in that case we have a
the
question on
defendant
false. Sorry.
why would the defendant testify for the witness?
I don't know, and second of all, they both look stupid, yeah?
We try to say. Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions.
He's clearly a bitch.
However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense.
Of course you
Why?
are.
Because she smells.
Yes.
Is this it? Is it really over? That girl has made a fool of me and there's nothing I can do about it.
Ha! But evidence of trial is over. Who decided that?
Mr.
Judge.
Armando.
The judge decided that.
Come on now, señorita. You figured out that you can make your own rules, bitch. Example. There is no evidence, there's still testimony.
To people playing Phoenix Wright, please note that testimony is actually a type of evidence. So for the record, there is no
Testimony.
evidence. We have testimony that is a form of evidence. So therefore the
Perfect.
statement is contradictory, and do not use this online to be a fucking Twitter smartass trying to tell people that testimony is not evidence. Fucking dumbasses.
Testimony.
Who said that testimony's not evidence?
Some people believe that because testimony is word of mouth, without any evidence to support it, is basically hearsay, but it's not. It's testimony is a type of evidence and has been used to, prove the guilt of many people many times based on testimony alone.
And why do you think
Testimony.
824 happened?
Testimony?
We'll discuss this later.
Testimony.
For fuck's sake.
The dating question Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister Valley Hawthorne.
Valley Hawthorne.
Testimony. Testimony.
Guys, testimony.
In the trunk.
They fucking
of
tested my
Mr.
patience,
Paul's
sissy.
stolen car and to meet with him. She brought her testimony.
Come on, Diego Armando. Armadillo, come on.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valley Hawthorne.
Valley
What do you
Hawthorne.
think? Valerie. I said Valerie.
You said Valley.
I said Valerie. I guess the shit cut out. Yeah, Valerie. I can say Valerie. I just can't say the last part of her name. That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
So if he's clearly not autistic.
What?
Because he can't read.
It's not autistic. That's dyslexic. You shit.
Yeah, dyslexia is what.
Because there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
I said read, not read.
Testing my patience.
Oh no, I'm putting emphasis on the word because that's an Armando thing now. He emphasizes anything in orange.
Since there's no proof that there's only one thing left to do. Who is the one person that can testify to the demon of that woman's crimes?
I wonder who.
It
Sorry,
could
not Terry Falls.
possibly be the
It's totally Gumshoes.
Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness.
New witness.
Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls.
The defendant?
There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all, and that person is Terry Falls.
Whack. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this?
Why not? I have nothing else to do. Prosecution has no objection.
Oh, sorry, the expression on Edgeworth's face was just like, fuck it.
I have nothing else to do. I've got 10 games I'm not playing after this.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand.
No!
This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left.
I don't do what you tell me, Judge.
Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes?
No. Sorry, I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me.
Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. That Dahlia is very much alive. And you were used for $2 million.
That's not true.
Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago, on Dusty Bridge, who did you meet?
Was it plot number 1 or plot number 2?
Was it Valerie Hawthorne? Or was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
Dahlia, did you betray me?
Oh, guys, I know why she went up the bridge. She failed to answer the questions correctly on the bridge of
5 years
death.
ago, she promised never, ever betray each other.
What? Is the able to have one swallow?
Dahlia, it's true. You are alive.
You don't trust me anymore?
We're back.
That makes me sad.
Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you.
I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry.
Oh, yeah.
Whack! I will allow Mr. Falls to testify once and once only. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Whack, whack, whack!
Water, please, water.
Hmm?
Can't talk. Needs water.
Iffy?
If.
Safe.
Just do it for him.
Guess he's on bareback. Huh. Oh well. Guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitterer than hell itself. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was at foot of bridge. She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put nobody in that car. Finally, one woman came. In front of me. Talked. Then she left. That was Valerie. Not my Dahlia.
Well, the contradiction's already obvious.
Yeah.
Valerie was there first.
Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you?
That's enough, Miss Fay. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial.
Well then, Miss Fay, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Is this how you wanted to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence?
There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten. I think.
Oh.
That day, 4 p.m. I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. She
He's
wasn't
here.
there.
Just.
What
Look,
is
she was
it
already there.
Objection!
She was already there, dude.
So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying.
What?
Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Fay.
You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right?
But that's the victim at the end of the bridge.
Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Mr. Falls, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth.
I got there around 4 o'clock, it's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place.
Hey, who's dead?
Did you go to this special place before you went
Where'd
to
you
the
go, Iffy?
You live
Special
this life
place.
without warning, Iffy.
Hey, I'll be right back. You guys didn't hear me, that isn't my fault.
Yeah, it's an old temple from about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and
Hey,
Dahlia,
Diego doesn't say shit this case.
we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other.
Oh,
Actually,
you're
I
about to
have
get
2
a lot of
lines.
this. You're gonna get more soon.
She brought a memento to represent our love.
Memento?
5 years ago, I hid under the base of a tree there. It's a special memory for me. This is
Ah,
it.
not this shit again.
This is what I
George.
want to get.
George, just for context, in the first case, which happens about 6 months after this one,
Phoenix actually
That bottle.
swallows a bit of this bottle.
the bottle previously contained traces of poison. Cyanide, I think it was.
This
It wasn't
little
potassium
bottle.
cyanide.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
It wasn't
This
potassium
little-
cyanide, so
What was it?
it
That
doesn't
was the other
specify.
It did say what the poison was.
I don't remember then.
I'll take a look.
This little bottle on your necklace is your memento. It's quite charming, but it looks empty.
Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock, but he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes.
Oh,
With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car.
no!
Whack! Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it.
I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Huh? Mr. Falls?
Uh-oh.
That's enough. Please.
Witness?
I promised her 5 years ago. If it ever happens, that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle. Ugh.
No, stop the trial! Your Honor, we need a recess!
I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this.
No, we're so close, just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence.
No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again.
Mr. Falls,
Mr. Armando. Thanks for the coffee.
Not again. Anyone who drinks coffee dies!
Mr. Falls!
Yes, Mish, he did fall down. Oh, well, he did. I guess he slumped. Oh, shit.
And so my first trial ended. Suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers.
Well, that's one minute.
I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul I thought it would never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well.
I'm fucking fine.
Actually, I didn't actually care.
But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face.
Because she a fault. And here it comes. If
Are you
it,
fucking ready?
Unforgivable. That witch.
Mr. Armando,
We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. We're just a little too soft, kid.
it's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Don't cry, kid. Going to make my coffee all salty.
I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this.
Yeah? I get it. You can't cry yet.
Now you can cry.
The only time the lawyer can cry is when it's all over.
Mr. Armando.
He's so mad. He's so mad he crushed his mug in his hand.
All with a fucking smile on his face.
He's clearly
This is
pissed.
Have you
Phoenix.
seen this?
Phoenix.
No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time. And you file them away and eventually forget them.
Get out of the package!
Man, this story was shit.
1 year later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case.
Ah, someone used.
Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was
Whack!
guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face.
She's a bitch, a turtle bitch.
It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that has made me remember all this.
The end of episode 4.
Ugh.
And we
But it took 5 fucking months.
Unfortunately, we won't be seeing episode 5 for a while, I'm afraid.
Indeedy.
Would you like to get the lowdown?
Alright, so, I'm not feeling good about not having our lovely star with us. So, I'm gonna wait for them to get back. It's as simple as that.
Damn,
So,
sounds
when
plural.
we get to case 5, where we should have the original gang back together, and I'm also
Maybe.
going to assume that George is going to be staying with us for the foreseeable future, given that he's been around this long.
Whack! I mean, yeah.
So, we'll see you guys when Star gets back. But until then,
Oh.
we will be doing a different game. We haven't decided which one it will be. We haven't decided which one it's gonna be. But it will be an improv.
It's a shit one!
It will be an improv. And it will be great. So you guys will have some
Because
nice
that's all
difference
we
to
do
see.
here. And nothing else.
So, we'll see you guys later.
Rob, get your tutorials.
See ya.
See you around.
Fuck you.